Welcome to Wycoller Country Park, where ancient bridges whisper history, scenic country lanes wind through timeless landscapes, and where a peculiar looking sculpture boasts a breathtaking vantage point. Join me as we explore this hidden gem in the heart of East Lancashire. It's a moody autumnal day and we're off on another adventure in good old Lancashire. Starting from the pay and display car park just outside of Wycoller village, I've got my dog Henry with me for this one. Like in some of my other autumn videos, the colours in the trees were popping once again. I just love walking this time of year. Right, let's get a move on. We've got some exploring to do. This gravelled track connects the car park to the village, which is ideal for minimising traffic congestion down in the village itself. This chap must have been popular. What a lovely tribute by the villagers. We soon made it into Wycoller, and it wasn't long before we reached our first hotspot of the day that always seems to go viral online.
Oh, I do love a babbling brook.
And here it is, right in the centre of the village. This beautiful ancient packhorse bridge. You literally can't miss it. Historians have argued about this bridge's age, and none of them are certain, but some have stated that it could date back as far as the 13th to the 15th century. Wow. Either way, it stood the test of time, and today it's a picture-perfect spot for historians, photographers, and walkers like myself. Famously, this bridge is also featured in the film The Railway Children. In 2023, I visited Wycoller for the first time, capturing this image. With the car to the left, it felt like a scene from James Bond. A bridge too far, Miss Moneypenny. Another draw to the village has to be the beautiful ruin of Wycoller Hall. Once a grand 16th century manor house, it's said to have inspired one of the manor houses in Charlotte Bronte's Jane Eyre. Any book enthusiasts watching? If these walls could talk, what stories would they tell? Abandoned in the 19th century, the weathered stones whisper tales of a glimpse into a bygone era. Here come the hikers. It's a popular spot for walking is Wycoller. I couldn't quite settle on the compositions in and around the hall, but I did love these aerial perspectives using the drone. Before moving on, I had a quick flyover to the panopticon, an unusual piece of art resting on the hillside above Wycoller village. It was a bit misty this day, not the best views, but I'm planning on stopping by the Atom towards the end of today's walk. Here I was at the Atom back in 2023, and I captured some lovely photos that day with my friend Tim. It really is a bizarre structure, but then again, I'm not so clued up on all things arts and crafts. Back on the trail again, and we were in search of another Grade 2 listed bridge known to the area, located just a quarter of a mile from the village.
This walk's taking longer than I thought. Just keep getting distracted by all these trees. They're just beautiful.
Wycoller is a haven for photographers who love capturing trees. Yes, more trees, I'm obsessed. And this must be it, known as Clam Bridge, formed by one single gritstone slab and I was once told by the park ranger in the area that this was in fact the oldest bridge. Fascinating stuff. The Clan Bridge is often said to date from the Bronze or Iron Age, but that's all I know to this point. If you know of anything of the bridges in Wycoller, you'll have to let me know in the comments below. Whilst I was framing the perfect shot of this historic bridge, Henry was embarking on his own project. Along this trail you always have sight up to the Atom on the hillside. It certainly stands out, doesn't it? Oh, I like the autumn colours on this country lane. Portrait or landscape? Another nice find along this stretch of the Pendle Way. And this too. For some reason throughout this film I kept calling parts of the Smithy Clough waterfalls. I've truly not lived, have I, if I think this is a waterfall.
Well, those falls back there were an unexpected surprise. Oh wow, this is a nice scene here as well.
Honestly, I didn't realise how nice this walk would be, especially in autumn. I must have spent an hour or more just photographing this first mile of the walk out of the village. Call me crazy, but I've definitely caught the photography bug. I even got Henry to sit still for a photo. A rarity.
I could spend all day just on this lane alone trying to figure out the best way to photograph it. Tell you what, this is fast becoming one of my favourite autumn walks in Lancashire. Just superb.
We were heading further into the fells from here, and it was starting to feel super remote. I hadn't seen a walker on this stretch.
So many great walking routes up here. It's quite eerie up here. Definitely high up in the hills. What an unusual landscape. They actually remind me of the chocolate hills in the Philippines. What a spectacular landscape that is. Saw that in 2018 travelling around Southeast Asia. What an experience. Still doesn't beat Lancashire though.
The next photography scene that I stumbled across was this small bridge crossing. Not the easiest to capture on camera in the end, it seemed to be lacking a subject of some sort. And then Henry wandered into the frame. Thanks, Hen. I was happy with this one.
This walk just keeps getting better and better.
By the way, if you are interested in the camera equipment I use for filmmaking and photography, including my handy little action camera, you'll find links for these in the description below. At this stage in the walk, we were starting to look back on ourselves. My route for the day included half a mile of road, around 10 minutes of walking. But this was my first time walking here, and next time I'd look to cut this section out if possible. There's a photograph in this, I think. Marvellous.
Well, it is starting to get dark, and it's my fault for not getting here earlier. But it's been a great day. I've really enjoyed this walk. There's been so many surprises, things that I just wasn't expecting at all. It just feels like an untouched area. I mean, I've not passed one walker all day. Not one. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. What a beautiful weed. We're going to make it to the Atom shortly, but I don't think it's going to be great visibility. It's quite misty and moody today, but as it's starting to go dark now, I just don't think we'll be able to see much. But I have really enjoyed today's walk. It's had a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say it's a photographer's dream, but it's a bit of an adventure and it feels quite remote, off grid. I've really enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll definitely be back, try and cover a bit more of the fells, see what else I can find. But the autumn scenes, the country lanes, the trees, the waterfalls, they were unexpected. It's just been a dream and I've really enjoyed it. I hope you guys have as well. Of course, as always, I'd really appreciate your feedback. Oh my word, I'm just heading into a bog, 1 second. I just navigate through this bog and then, gee whiz. Definitely still do this walk, guys. Don't let a little bit of bog put you off. So yeah, as I was saying, if you've got any feedback for me, whether it's on the photography, even just on the film itself, have you been to Wycoller before? Let's start some conversation in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. So my question for you is, have you been to Wycoller? Have you been here? Have you done any photography in this area? Are there any hotspots nearby that I've maybe not visited today, but I should be doing? I believe there's more to do with the Bronte sisters further down the road. Got a little fairy cave, I believe, a reservoir. So I'm definitely keen to explore this area more. I'd love to hear your recommendations, but also your feedback on today's video as to whether my photography has been any good. I'm still learning. I want to get better at this game. So your feedback will be much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you on the next walk.